Pretty good. How about you? Good.
Share. I can get another one if you wanted.
No, that's
okay.
okay. Full house. Mm-hmm.
She's making, I think, another one for you. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no, you guys, it's ridiculous.
Wait, 1 minute.
Full house tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, Rachel's having something done. Saying she had surgery.
How are you?
Oh, we got.
Those are the minutes.
I have a lady on the end over here wanted one.
Oh, those are the minutes.
Yeah, did you want an agenda?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh, I didn't hand those out, I probably should have.
Did anybody else want agenda?
Thanks, Kristen.
Okay, 7 o'clock. Do the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, can I have a roll call, please? Call the meeting to order.
Trustee Lopez?
Here.
Trustee McMahon?
Here.
Trustee Lacewell? President Bing?
Here.
Trustee Agee? Trustee Wolford?
Here.
Trustee Pennell?
Here.
Tom Green?
Okay, we got a quorum, so let's get going. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, the committee meeting?
Of September 9th,
Yep.
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Next we'll do the bills. We have Test Inc., half their contract for $39.58.33 and $39.58.34. Water testing, $220, water testing, $118, sewer testing, $174, water testing, $146, water testing, $17. Cordray, we have 3 semi-loads of gravel. This was for the well number 3, $1,500. Visconti Computers, $126. DWC for our 457 retirement plan, $375. IML Risk Management, this is our liability insurance, $26,883.97. Gail Romine for electrical inspection, $305. Craig Wilcox Building Inspection, $2065. Craig Wilcox Building Inspection, $1755. Casey's, $8830. KPH, that's our wastewater electric, $3407.17. PC Tech, we had work done at well number 3, $424.99. Gina DeRose for zoning, $165. Municipal well and pump, this was for the repair work at well number 3, $90,980. And Core and Main for operating supplies, $706.95. Frontier for $441.77 and $975.30. Ace Hardware for $738. Sickich, $1192.50. Barrick and Switzer, $26.46. Hawkins, $694.53. And USA Blue Book, $113.31. The total is $143,444.84. Questions or comments? Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Can I have a second?
Not seconded.
Okay. Can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee McMahon?
Aye.
Trustee Lacewell? President Bing?
Aye.
Trustee Agee? Trustee Wolford?
Aye.
Trustee Pennell?
Aye.
Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes, thank you. Any public comments? Okay, old business, just want to give you guys an update. The manhole project is not going to start until probably sometime in March, which means we're probably not going to have to pay for it this year, this fiscal year. We'll have to pay for it probably at the beginning of next fiscal year, which is good in light of the fact that we had these two major projects come up, so that'll help us out budget-wise. Well, number 3 has been repaired, it is online, and everything is working normally, so hopefully that's gonna last us quite a long time. And what this is going to allow us to do also is put these on alternating rehab schedules. You're supposed to rehab these pumps like every 10 years. So it was suggested to rehab this one as long as we had it out of the ground, but I didn't want to spend the money to do that now since it's pretty new. So in 5 years, we're gonna pull this one out. We just did the other one, so in 5 years after that, we'll pull that one. And then the maintenance schedule will be alternating, so we always have a pump online.
Steve, how many wells does the village have?
Pardon?
How many wells does the village
2.
have? 2?
It's called well number 3 because this old pump house on 4th Street that used to have the old water tower is designated as well number 1. And well number 2 is by the Capron Lions Club, and well number 3 is over here on Cloud Mist.
3 is the newest one, right?
3 is the newest one, yeah. Okay. Next, I also want to let everybody know that the Food Truck Friday for October is not going to happen. It's been canceled. We've got an illness in the family, so to speak, and we didn't have time to get the planning done or anything, so we're going to plan on resurrecting our Food Truck Fridays sometime in April or May, because we're not going to do it in November, December, January, and February, and March. So just want to let everybody know, so don't be looking because they're not going to be there, okay? Next, we have a request to join 2 parcels together as one combined property, and I consulted with our village attorney, and this does not have to go through zoning. So this is going to be strictly up to the board, and I think the people that want to do this are here tonight.
I am.
Okay, so I would like you to explain exactly what it is you want to do
Okay.
and why you want to do it.
A couple of years ago, I'd say maybe about 7, 8 years ago, Ann Rogers lived next to me, and we lived between our 2 houses. There was an alley that we came to the board, and we had it vacated. I took 6 feet of that south of my line, which was exactly in line with my garage. That keeps my garage legal, because if I understand the rules right, I need to be 3 feet from the property line. And so I took the 6 feet, and Ann and her family took the rest, because their garage was sitting right on their line too, no problem. Okay, this year, Scott, also Rogers, had offered to sell me the piece behind my garage off of his property that used to be Harlan Smith's old house. And so I could square up my lot. And so I went ahead and did that. Nate took care of all the paperwork. And I asked Nate at that time if he could put all 3 parcels, the original and the 2 I have annexed, on one pin. Because right now, I'm getting a tax bill for the original property, a tax bill for the annexed alley, and next year I would get a tax bill for the portion behind my garage. I just want it on one tax bill.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
I
Any
can see your
concerns?
point.
All right, now, we're not going to vote on this tonight. Do
That's
it in
fine.
2 weeks, okay?
Fine.
All right,
Does that
yeah, I don't-
answer all your
as long as-
questions?
As long as the understanding is this is in a residential neighborhood.
It is.
So we're not gonna put up an apartment building on it or something,
No,
okay?
and it's my understanding that if I did want, which I don't, put anything back there, that it would have to come through you guys
Right,
anyway,
yeah.
that you would have the right to reject.
Okay,
But no, I'm just trying to make this easier, you know,
I
I'm
can
getting to be
dig
an
it.
old
Don't
bag.
get free.
Sure.
I'm getting to be an old bag here, and I'm gonna croak one of these days.
okay,
And,
no, come on.
yeah, and I would like this to be easier for my estate as well.
No, I can understand that,
I know
okay.
it's
all
kinda
right,
complicated
okay.
the way it is.
I just wanted you to explain to everybody, so everybody understands what the circumstances are, so we'll take this up in 2 weeks at the business meeting.
Okay, I appreciate if you just let
All
me
right.
know what you say.
All right, thanks for coming.
No
Okay.
problem.
Appreciate it, thank you.
All right,
Yep.
next, we're gonna have a new business in town. Actually, it's already there. It's just that it's being sold to another entity. And they want to put a sign up and everything. It's the gaming, it's the golf and gaming part of Stumble Inn, and they're selling it to you, right?
Correct.
All right, so go ahead and make your case here.
I'm Jamie from Stumble Gaming and Golf right now. We have just come into the conclusion that it's in the best interest of all parties involved to switch out over ownership to us, which therefore would then change the name. But everything is gonna remain the same. We have a sign up there right now for Stumble Gaming and Golf, but then we will switch and get a new sign. And it's gonna be called Capron Clubhouse and Gaming. Yeah, that's basically it. Everything's gonna remain the same, just a
Okay.
name change.
And you know you have to bring in your sign showing,
Yes.
because that has to be approved.
So they're gonna ask for a liquor license and a business license, so, we've got all the application filled out, y'all have it in front of you, okay? Nothing's really gonna change except the name on the ownership, so, yeah, again, we'll take this up in 2 weeks, okay? All right, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next, another new business. This business used to run out of the food pantry, but they want to kind of break away from the food pantry a little, not because they don't like them, but it's going to be easier for them to get their work done if they're not in that building with all the other traffic that goes on around there. So it's going to be called My Three Pups Food Pantry, which is a pet food pantry, okay? And I asked, just so we don't have to go through that, I asked about traffic control, because we all know what happens at the food pantry. They're gonna run this differently than the food pantry, okay? So it's not gonna be everybody on one day during a certain hours, okay? So I want her to explain exactly what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it.
Do you want me to stand up or?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, just give me a minute. And I brought a bigger sign, it won't, this part down here won't be there.
Okay.
But I just brought a bigger sign so you could see. And we're actually in Poplar Grove right now, next to Grove Gaming in that building. But it's under new ownership and we only have half as much space there as the Capron building that we're looking at. And we've been in existence for over 7 years. And we serve anywhere from 80 to 100 families a week, which is about 300 to 400 pets. And I brought our statement here, but I'm gonna explain it to you real quick. Basically, it's just to allow people that are going through hard financial times to be able to keep their pets in their home instead of relinquishing them to the overcrowded rescues and animal shelters. And yes, we want to do everything we can, and they come in and they can get free cat and dog food. We even have sometimes bunny food and horse food, but we concentrate on cats and dogs.
And I want to add, the sign has already gone through zoning and building inspector, and it's been approved. So it's going to be the same size sign, it's just going to say that now instead of general store, so.
And I did want to clarify one other thing. Right now, we do only serve on Tuesdays from 10 to 2. So there's quite a few people that go through there. About every 2 to 3 minutes, we have a new family coming through. But like I'm there, like I just came from there, so, you know, preparing for the next week. But we hope to open it 2 or 3 days a week. We just don't know when yet, to hopefully alleviate the crowd. And, you know, it's a crowd to us, but to Capron, I think would be just fine with the parking on both sides of the road. We're busiest mostly from 8 to 10, which from 10 to 2. Which really doesn't interfere with the other businesses in town.
Okay.
And you said this is going in the old store that just closed?
The general store.
General store that just closed, okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I had the right building.
Yeah, it's twice as much square footage as we have now. And like I said, there's kind of an uncertainty in the building that we're in. But we really wanted to stay, we were at, in Empower Bloom for a couple years. And we really wanted to stay local to the area because we do have over 400 neighbors that come to us from, anybody's welcome from anywhere. Other states even, we've had people from Wisconsin, Dixon, Illinois, you know, all over that, you know, might make the trip up to see us.
Okay. Okay, again, we'll vote on this in 2 weeks, okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, I want to talk about the LRS, our garbage contract. We've gotten a hold of a couple of contractors regarding garbage, and I want to make sure you understand this is a very small town in basically the middle of nowhere, okay? So getting a garbage contractor to come out here and pick up our garbage has got to be worth it to them, okay? There's nobody really close around here that we can count on. So we got a couple of people. We had one that's called State Line Disposal, and they gave us a quote, and basically what it is, it's one garbage can and one recycle can, 96 gallons each. There are no different sizes. Recycling is bi-weekly, not every week. It's $75 a quarter, which is more than we're paying now. And there is no yard waste pickup, there's no leaf pickup, there's no spring village cleanup, there's no electronic recycling day or anything, okay? Then we had another company, and John's Disposal.
What was
And-
it? What was that one?
Huh?
John's?
John's Disposal, they don't want to bid us at all, okay? So I know LRS has been handling our contract for at least the last 5 years, and I think they've done a pretty bang-up job, and they give us all these services that we get. And we talked to them, and their proposal is to raise our rates $1 a month, or $12 a year per customer, all right, and keep everything the same, okay? And every year we'll have a 4% increase. So they're gonna start out with charging us $1 a month more than what we're paying now. So you're paying $25 and change, it's gonna be $26 and change. And then every year after that, for the next 4 years, there will be a built-in 4% increase. They're trying very hard to keep costs down. The problem they had is they signed a 5-year contract with the village for a 3.5% increase, which for the most part ran in line with the cost of living. But during the pandemic, the CPI went up over 8%. So that period of time, they actually lost money. So they're not trying to recoup everything all at once. They're trying to make this as reasonable as possible. The other thing is that the trucks they're using to service Capron are reaching the end of their lifespan. They're starting to cost more money to repair than it would be to buy new ones. I happen to like to have the one-pass trucks and all the side load, but they're not gonna guarantee that that's what we're gonna get when they buy new equipment. It's all gonna depend on what is available and what the costs are, and they are not prepared to talk to us about that at this time. So, we need to get a contract approved for our waste, obviously, okay? They seem to be a lot more reasonable than any of the people that we've talked to, okay? And we've had very few complaints about their service, and I'm gonna recommend that we go ahead with this contract, but we'll vote on it in 2 weeks. But basically, that's what it comes down to. It's gonna be $1 a month increase for the first year, and then 4% on top of that every year after.
So it's a 5-year contract, Steve?
It's a 5-year contract.
So who else did you contact? Did you contact Marengo Disposal? I mean, who else? I
They
mean,
don't wanna deal with us. We've tried.
MDS doesn't want to, because they used
Who?
to.
Marengo Disposal, they used to.
Well, how many, I mean, there's, the
I mean,
problem is,
I'd like to see a couple more quotes besides just LRS and State Line. And I
well,
mean,
we can try, but. like I
$1 a
said,
month and then 4% each
We've contacted
year.
other companies and they don't wanna quote us. It's not worth their time to come out here.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
LRS, I mean, I don't mind them or anything, but their customer service, when you try calling to get a person.
I know,
you're on
I've heard that
Right.
complaint from my
Hold
wife,
for
okay?
25 minutes and you still don't.
It's
get
something that we
anybody.
can work on with them, okay? It's getting real hard to get people to wanna come out here and pick up our garbage because there's not enough business for them out here to do
Well,
it.
MDC used to come all the
Yeah.
time. And
I know MDC came out here,
now.
but we got rid of them for a reason, okay?
Well, did we try contacting them again to see if they would do anything for us?
We can contact them again, but I don't like their equipment.
And their
Okay.
trucks,
I mean, every time they dump that stuff over the cab of their truck, it flies
To my
everywhere,
house.
okay? And nobody comes out and picks it up, okay, except we have to, right? And they don't do recycling and the garbage pickup at the same time. And I don't think they did leaf vacuuming. I'm not sure they did the village cleanup either for the same price, so we can look into it, but time is of the essence. I can't be looking forever to try to find somebody
Oh,
to
when
quote
does
us.
their contract expire, LRS?
Hmm?
When does the contract, cough drop, sorry,
I think it
LRS?
expires in December. doesn't it?
December.
31st.
Yeah, and they didn't want to talk about it till now, okay, so I tried to engage them like a couple of months ago and they said they weren't ready to do it yet, so this is what we got, okay? First thing, I think is pretty reasonable, all right, considering, okay? They come all the way from Barrington, so this is a, you know, it's a haul for them, okay? All right, I'll try to get something from MDC. Okay, next is the tax levy. What I did is I raised the tax levy by $1,000 on the liability insurance, because that's what it costs now. So, that's pretty much where we're at, okay? So, everything else on here is the same as it's been. I haven't changed the tax levy on anything for the time that I've been in office. Everything is exactly the same as it was, except the liability insurance. So I think $1,000 spread out over 450 houses is not a whole lot of money. So it's just something we need to do, okay?
Steve, what is a tax levy?
The tax levy deals with taxes that we get from corporate, that we get for our audit, that we pay for our liability insurance, our street lighting, and our social security taxes. The total will be $68,050, and that gets paid through the state, okay? They have sales tax and everything else that we get that pays for that. This is a portion, actually a portion of the property tax bill that you
This is
pay,
paid through the county.
okay? This is the property tax that you pay every year. If you go take a look at your tax bill, it lists everything. It'll list the fire protection district, it'll list, and it lists Capron. So if you take a look at your tax bill and see how much money Capron gets out of that tax bill, is not a whole lot, okay? It goes for a lot of other things. So all I'm saying is I'm raising this total levy of $68,000 by $1,000.
Oh, so you're saying that Capron will get $1,000 more now from us through our property taxes?
Yeah, but that's spread out over
Yeah.
everybody, okay? So, I did it last year too because the liability insurance keeps going up and we gotta keep up with it. I don't need to raise any other taxes in my opinion because our financial report for our general fund is fine. And everybody needs to understand that this piece of ordinance, this tax levy, has got nothing to do with water and wastewater. Water and wastewater has to stand on its own volition through the bills that we collect every month. This is for the administrative side. This is for infrastructure as far as buildings and roads and equipment and manpower, et cetera, and things like that, like the sign we're putting up, et cetera. That's where this tax money goes. So every month our tax, our balance on our general fund goes up, okay? And it's not really supposed to do that unless you spend it, okay? So I'm not gonna raise taxes just to raise taxes when we don't need to do that, okay? All right, so we'll vote on that in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. Next we have here, this is an intergovernmental agreement with us and the Boone County Animal Services, and it basically lays out what their fees are gonna be for the different things that they would provide for us, all right? So if you go skip over to Exhibit A, it'll tell you what they're gonna provide. So they'll deal with barking dogs and other animal-related noise complaints, a wildlife call, deceased animal removal, request from the village for assistance on a call while animal services is not required to respond per statute. Examples of service included but not limited to the seizure of an animal from a traffic stop or responding to a location of a search warrant to take possession of animals enforcement of the number of animals permitted per household, miscellaneous animal calls that animal services are not required to perform per statute and the village has a need. Prior to assistance, the village shall call the director of animal services or their designee to reach an agreement or assistance. And in Exhibit B is the fees for calls during business hours. The charge per call is $50. For calls during non-business hour, the charge is $75. If an animal, either alive or deceased, is located during a call and staff transports the animal to animal services to attempt to locate the owner, place an animal in a shelter, or seek medical care, an additional fee of $30 shall be billed. In addition to the per call fee, any cost associated with the service shall be billed to the village. An example would be cost of cremation. All costs will be disclosed to the village prior to service. So we don't have anything in town that we can do any of this stuff. We don't have an animal control service. So this is what Boone County is now, the Boone County Animal Control is now requiring us to do if we want them to take care of some of these things, okay?
Being in the county, shouldn't they have some jurisdiction to be doing some of this already?
Yeah.
Right.
Say that again?
We're in the county,
Yeah,
shouldn't they be doing some of this already?
no, this is no different than snow removal.
Because
We're in the county, but the county doesn't do snow
Take
removal.
care of our corporate-
Yeah, the county doesn't take care of our roads, okay? County doesn't take care of anything except county. So if this was a dog incident in the county, then the county would take care of it.
In unincorporated Boone County.
Yeah.
As opposed to.
Once you become a municipality,
Here, or-
okay, then they don't have anything to do with what happens inside the corporate limits of the village,
And yet they-
unless you ask them to,
Yet they patrol the village.
They do
if
provide
that's what
food
you call it, okay? Okay, so, I mean, it used to be, and my understanding is that with the sheriff, we used to pay the sheriff.
We did, back when I was on the board.
So
we used to
now we're
pay
not
them-
paying the sheriff,
We used to pay them
so-
extra to drive through the town and drive out the other end.
So, you know, it is what it is. So, in this particular case, you got a dead raccoon in the road, they'll come pick it up for X amount of dollars. You know, if you got a dog bite situation or whatever, that, I mean, this is, and the dog needs to be quarantined, somebody's gotta do this. So, they basically said they don't have the money they used to have, and they need to come up with some additional funding to allow them to survive, and this is their way of doing it. So, it is what it is.
Now, the
Okay.
fees for, they're billing the county, or they're billing us, or are they billing the individual person that calls? Us, okay.
If we call if we call animal services, and we want them to come out here and do something, then they're gonna charge us for it.
Okay, but if a person calls themselves and says,
Then they'll
my
charge
neighbor's
that.
dogs are, then they have to pay this.
They have to pay.
They'll still have to pay them though, right?
Huh?
This is a yearly thing, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's per
No, this is
call.
a per call, individual call.
And so like if you called and said your neighbor's dogs were barking, you'd have to pay it. But if you Ted through the
Now,
village.
we're not
did
gonna
it-
call animal services every
Then-
time somebody complains about a barking dog,
No,
so.
but I mean.
Please don't post that someplace,
No.
that's not gonna happen.
No, but
We have a way to handle that, but if we have a situation where we have a rabid animal that needs to be taken care of, or we've got, a situation where there was an accident and a pet has to be rescued, then somebody's gonna, that they want a fee for this, okay? So the normal everyday stuff that we go through, no, that's not what we're talking about. These are instances above and beyond what the village would normally be able to
How many
handle.
calls does the village get for this kind of stuff?
The village doesn't get anything for this kind of
No,
stuff.
how much, or how many calls do we get pertaining that?
I don't get virtually any.
Then this doesn't sound like a good deal if we're not virtually getting any calls.
Well, what if we do?
Then
We don't pay for it until it happens.
Then you pay then, but I
We
don't.
won't, they won't honor it unless we sign an agreement with them.
All right.
Yeah, we're not paying any money, we're not paying any money up front. Or
We're not paying any money up front,
We're not paying a
right?
subscription fee.
And if necessary, we can if necessary, we could probably write an ordinance that says if we get billed by animal services for something that somebody did, we can recoup that expense from that individual. okay? Right?
Well, if we can identify who the animal is owned by, but if it's just a dead animal.
If it's a dead animal or a stray animal, that's different, okay? But the village has no capability of dealing with any of those things, all right? And it used to be handled by animal control for free, and now it's not going to be
If you
anymore,
wanna call it that.
okay? It's that simple.
Okay.
So if you don't want us to sign this agreement, then every time we have a problem, I'll call you, okay? And then you can take care of it,
Honestly, pay me
Okay.
$10 each call, yeah.
okay? All right. So we'll vote on this in 2 weeks, okay? It's just, this is what they want, all right? Okay, there was some discussion about changing our meeting times to what, 6:30?
Whatever, whatever you want.
Huh?
Whatever you said.
What, I don't care, I
It doesn't
mean,
make a difference, so.
but some people wanted to change it to an earlier time.
Who?
I think
I
there was
hear
some
nothing
talk
about-
about switching it back to the 6 PM because
The
it's
only
getting
ones that
dark
really-
out.
The regulars are me and Diane that come here.
Right, and so I think that's why it was just gonna be moved to an earlier time for people to get home, make dinner, do stuff like that. So 6 PM, putting kids to sleep, so there was just some conversation of it. And so we felt like we
Just
just bring
doesn't
it to
make
the board,
sense.
see if you guys wanted to move it back to the 6 PM. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah,
It's
so,
up to the trustees.
Yeah.
so think about it and we'll vote on it in 2 weeks, okay? All right. Next is the playground, okay? I gave you guys here some examples of some playground equipment that we're talking about now. I want to let you know that we measured out the area over there by the pump house and the gazebo, and the working area is 80 foot by 60 foot, okay? So what you got here on page 1, if you will, this, it says youth zone, that's 38 feet by 33 feet, so that's about half of the available space that we have. This will hold 45 kids at one time, and the cost is $29,710, and that does not include, none of these include installation. So we would have to get these installed. I would imagine installation's probably gonna be somewhere in the $15,000 range, okay? But something I think we need to do. The next one, this has a use zone of 31 by 22, so it's a little bit smaller. This has a capacity for 25 kids, and it's only $16,334. Obviously, it's not as complicated as the first one. And the next one has a use zone of 36 feet by 31 feet, and a capacity of 35 children, and this one is $54,000. And obviously it's the most elaborate one that I'm showing you. And then the last page, here's with a swing set and everything, this one's $35,877, but it has the largest use zone of 45 by 70 feet. So it's gonna take up virtually all the space that we have in that area for these pieces of equipment.
And you get all 3 pieces.
You get all
in
3
that one.
pieces, yeah, okay? And it's got a capacity of 37 to 41 kids, okay? Age group 2 to 12. So these are examples of what I think we should look at to put over there, okay?
Steve, where's the playground?
Pardon?
Go be where's?
We're gonna put, you know where surface manufacturing is?
The old village
Yeah.
green.
Okay, you know where our pump house is on 4th Street?
No,
You know where the gazebo is
Yeah.
by our sign?
Find y'all a water
the
tower.
gazebo, right?
Yeah, the gazebo that the Boy Scouts built, and that's by the sign that the old
So this is
sign.
right up the street.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
the area behind,
It's on the south
the area
side.
behind the pump house and right before the.
Right now, it's just grass, right?
It's
Yeah,
all grass, right, and it's called the Village Green, we own it, okay? And the thing is, the reason I'm talking about this is because the only recreational equipment in Village happens to be at either the elementary school or Capron Lions Club, which is both on the north side of 173, and I don't want 3 and 4-year-old kids having to cross that street to go play someplace. So if we build a playground on this side of 173 and make it nice, I want to make it nice. I want to put the playground equipment in there. I want to put a couple of benches and a couple of picnic tables and garbage cans, and I'll call it Capron Park. We'll fence it in, we'll put a sign up, we'll have hours for it and everything. The liability insurance for this is not going to be a lot of money. We already checked into that. The maintenance on this is gonna be next to nothing. I was in conversation with the Belvedere Park District, and I asked him how much maintenance there would be for this, and he said about 30 minutes a year, okay? So it's not a lot, it's all guaranteed stuff, all right? It's all powder coated and plastic, and it's gonna last a long, long time, and it'll give our kids some place to blow off some steam and make it a nice little area for the village. I think it's time we did something like that. Kids that have nothing to do find the wrong things to do. So I think that this will be an area where all the kids on the south side of 173 can ride their bikes over on Ogden Avenue and be right there at the park, and I think it'll be a good idea. Okay? So this is what we're looking at. We've already voted, I don't know if anybody of you know, but we already voted for putting up a brand new message board outside of Village Hall, okay? So that we can put all the communications up there, like Halloween hours and Turkey Drive and Capron Blood Drive and all the other things that are going on around town that we can put on our sign so that people can see what's going on around here. It's gonna be double-sided, so it's gonna be perpendicular to the road, so you can see it coming and going. And basically, we're gonna take this sign down right here, that's up there right now that says Village of Capron on it, and we're gonna take that down, and that's where the sign's gonna go. So I think it's gonna work out really nice.
Is that gonna be a neon sign? Is that gonna be like a neon sign,
It's LED.
LED sign?
Yeah, LED. It's got like 16 trillion colors in it. It's gonna be pretty nice to have, okay? So we could do our tree lighting ceremony and all that good stuff on there, so I think it would be nice to have. We can put messages up there like, you know, kids are starting school, or Happy Easter, or whatever we wanna put up on that sign. I think it's gonna work out really well, okay? And then I wanna keep the sign down there, and we're gonna turn that into a sign for the park. And then we'll put the hours of the park on it and everything else and refurbish it, so. And I put up a fence so people aren't running out into the street and stuff, and I think it's gonna work out pretty good, okay? All right, so you guys have all that. Next is the Fox Valley Internet contract. They want to extend the contract, so they want to do it for another 3 years. Nothing is changing on it. All the fees are the same and everything, so again, take a look at this, look it over, and we'll vote on it in 2 weeks and get it done, all right? And the next thing on here is Christmas lights, and I'm gonna give this one to Crystal.
Wait a minute. I don't have a copy of the Fox Valley contract to look over.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
me either.
The Crystal, you didn't get a copy of these?
We got the one of the Christmas lights, but not the contract for
Oh,
this one, Fox Valley.
Yeah, we don't have that
2
one.
years old.
No,
Aren't
this-
the new
No.
lights up here 2 years old? For the town.
This is for the internet.
this is,
I'll get you guys a copy.
this is Christmas lights for the buildings.
Of course, yeah, no, of course, yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
it's not in
I'll
there.
let her explain it,
Oh, sorry.
No,
because
that's
she's
okay.
the one that came up with it.
So these lights they're permanent lights. It's just easier for Public Works not to have to get up on the roof every year to install the lights. And then they're just easier lights. I was speaking to Mike about it, and we both thought it was a good idea to bring it to the board and let you guys make your decision if you guys would like to do something like this.
That's for this building?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I think it would take about 2 boxes. Mike measured it. I found there's one for $95 for 300 feet, one for 102, but if there's a coupon for $92 for 250 feet, and then there is another one for 400 feet at $111. But again, you guys can look that over, and if you guys think it's a good idea, then
and we can do different colors, so like we can make them orange for Halloween, okay, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. Next is the turkey drive. The turkey drive is going to be on November 15th from 10 to 2. Just like we'll have it out here with the Gaylords out here for people to drop off turkeys. I'll go on the radio again and do this, but this is the date that we agreed upon. This will allow the food pantries to get them distributed and people enough time to get them defrosted for Thanksgiving. Okay, and again, we're looking for 12 to 14 pound turkeys, and we'll keep reminding everybody about this. And like I said, I'm gonna go on Harvard Radio and make an announcement of it when we get a little bit closer. Okay?
Rachel had mentioned that thought we should also talk to the food pantry about getting more people to help with this.
Yeah, we will.
So,
Okay.
okay.
All right, next, you guys remember Solar on Earth? They came to us and asked us if we wanted to buy into a community solar project.
Are they the ones from up
That
north?
wasn't, and it's not here, it's probably down near Dixon or something,
Oh, okay.
okay? And they were going to get, just for our municipal buildings,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
And they were gonna guarantee us 15 to 20% discount on our electric bill, whatever it would normally be. They contacted me this week, and they said that the village has been approved for 20%, okay? So I told him to go ahead and send Tom a final agreement on that, so he could take a look at it.
That's Marcus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, because we agreed that we would move forward with it, that's what our minutes said. So, we just needed to find out what they were gonna do, so, I'm not signing anything until we approve everything, but I just wanna let you know, they came back and said the village will be approved for 20%, so,
As long as it's about the same as this one, I'm gonna be fine with it. I mean, I have a couple of small comments there.
yeah, I told them that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so, just let you know, we're planning on moving forward with that, okay? All right. You two, I want you two to talk to Tom, like off the record about your issue, okay? Because I don't want to spread this all over the public, okay? As far as your situation that we talked about. So, after the meeting, Tom will come over and talk to you two kind of quickly about it and see, so you understand what the ramifications are, okay? All right, okay. Next, trustee Kopaz, you got anything?
Nothing.
Okay, trustee McMahon,
Nothing.
trustee Lacewell's not here, trustee AG's not here, trustee Wolfarth?
Nothing at this
Trustee
time.
Pinal?
Nothing.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.